Some coffee, yeah.
You drink coffee?
Yeah, well, did you have to start the stream to yell at me?
No, I started the recording to you drink coffee. I didn't know
Yeah,
you were a coffee drinker.
I
Coffee
I just
time.
I just like to have a little bit of a pick-me-up in the morning.
What? I thought that was your
Coffee time.
I thought that was
Yeah,
your
coffee time. My 6 a.m. diet Dr. Pepper.
pepper. Yeah. You would never drink diet Dr. Pepper. You're a
No,
regular
I wouldn't drink diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
This has, I think, 70 milligrams of caffeine in it. One of these sparkling ice drinks. Yeah, 70. So I drink a cup of coffee, and then maybe sometimes I have 70 milligrams of caffeine in the afternoon.
Oh, in the afternoon. I thought you were like Edward 40 handsing a sparkling energy and a cup of coffee in the morning. I was like, Jesus Christ, Meshy, you're probably hitting the 180, but no, that's
Need me a little pick me up.
pick me up. More morning habits. Interesting. Can you answer me a question before we get started?
Yeah.
Is Dr. Pepper not a Coke product? Is it a separate conglomerate?
No, I think it's pretty sure it's a Coke product.
Dr. Pepper's not a Coca-Cola
Oh
product. It's
no, it's
owned
not.
by KDP, an independent publicly traded beverage company.
Oh, it's distributed by Coca-Cola. That's why I see it in places that are like, we offer Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper. Oh, but the Pepsi places don't. And I look at them and I'm like, why are you even in business?
Because the Pepsi company has bought those fast food chains just to sell Pepsi, Meshy.
Yeah, just to spite me.
You know that's actually how it is, right?
Oh yeah. 'Cause they
Oh,
bought
okay.
that fucking movie theater or
They bought the movie theater. They owe Taco Bell. They literally have. It was cheaper instead of trying to push into the market. They just simply were like, "Well, we're just buy fast food chains, so they have to sell our products because we're going to distribute it through those places." It's funny how the world works. Get your tinfoil hats on because this is about to be a podcast. Are you ready, Mishy?
Yeah.
Let's see. All uncut, kind of like Colombian cocaine.
Ooh.
Sounds sexy.
Yeah, hit me with some of that exotic powder.
Let's see here. Okay, let's go. Boom. Bow. Ah. I'm dead before I said let's fight.
No, that's impossible.
By the way.
BT Dubs is BTW. I'm gonna bust you up. Nope, I'm not coming down. Where am I? Help!
Milk.
Chance got $5. The champ got 5 on it. Back where it came from.
Back where it came from.
Ah, here we go. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
Oh, I tried to go in triple O. Don't for me.
Wow. One live, you coward. Oh, no. I should have done that.
Wonderful. Welcome, YouTube, to the First at 50 podcast, episode 35. What an amazing streak that we've had of like 15 episodes, and then we dropped one, and then the other stuff. Welcome.
Yeah,
How are you doing today, Meshy?
I'm doing all right. We're keeping that streak alive. Woo! Day 35.
Streak. Put your clothes back on.
No.
This is a podcast where we talk about video games, movies, and like TV shows and stuff that we watch. Do you have a good week this week, Meshi?
Yeah, I think so. I actually watched some stuff, so there's the highlight of that.
Yeah. So I guess what we'll do is we'll hear all about that after I talk about my week. It was a week, Meshi. It was a week. So I guess we can start talking about Street Fighter's back on the menu, Meshi. We just got, I guess it's the beginning of no, I guess it's still season 3, right? Because
Okay.
Alex came out. I wish I could talk about the character more. It's mostly who I fought online because everybody's playing Alex, so it's that whole new character drops. Guess what? Everyone's gonna play them, so that's kind of all you're gonna fight for a while.
Right.
He's got really
As they
strong
do.
poking buttons. He's got a cool little like crawl stance, which is funny, that goes over like high attacks, and he kind of like just crawls on the ground really fast, like really fast, like this little ground dash thing, and he's just on like all fours. It's kind of funny.
Interesting. It's like a combat crawl thing going on.
Yeah. It's so he's like a stance character now, where like he can stance and hurl himself up into the air for like a straight down dive kick or a giant combat boot kick one way. All the internet can talk about is his story mode, where it's confusing whether or not he married his adoptive cousin or something. I don't know. It's all the internet can talk about, and I wish it's one of these things where like I kind of want to be able to just talk about like, hey, fighting games are cool, and here's a thing, and the internet's just like, you did what with who and got her pregnant, and it's like, oh my god, like, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I don't really care. I'm a fighting game person who mostly plays the fighting games. I don't really pay attention to the story most of the time, kind of. So I don't know. But what I can say is really cool about this, Jury has new combo routes. So I can't speak for any other character, but I could speak for Jury, and they seem to be incentivizing her specifically to be using her EX moves over using her drive rush cancel. So, and she's got added juggle points to her combos. So they're a lot more fun. She has more fun stuff to do. It's more fun to press the button and wiggle the sticks. So I'm having fun. I'm just ready to fight the rest of the cast rather than Alex, Sagat, Alex, Sagat, Alex. It's like, oh my god, can anybody play anybody else?
Hell no.
Yeah, so I just need to wait.
What exactly did they change about her?
So normally, okay, her combo route. Let's just talk about just a regular, like, you would do heavy punch, heavy tatsu, heavy DP. That would be a combo route. Okay.
Okay.
So she does a heavy punch, and then she does her like foot or like her stock chart. I don't know if you know how Jury works.
I've watched you beat up enough people to get an understanding of.
She kicks her foot up and gets a stock. So it kind of launches them into the air, and then you can like follow up with like a DP. So it's just like a 1, 2, 3. That's like a combo, right?
Right. I'm on board.
So now she can do heavy punch, EX stock, forward medium punch into fireball forward with kick. So there's like 2 extra juggle points that just make the combos like 33% longer. So rather than playing the system so much, which it would just be like heavy punch, drive rush cancel, heavy punch, Tatsu DP, you're doing more of what's unique to her. So you're using
Okay.
more of her EX moves. So she's playing more like her rather than playing like Street Fighter 6. So I haven't checked out the other characters, but it seems as though they're pushing the characters to be more leaning into their own identity rather than playing Street Fighter 6 or trying to, because C Viper is very unique. Alex is very unique. And I think they're trying to catch the rest of the cast up to that by tweaking things so they have more. They're incentivized to use EX moves over just drive rush canceling all the time.
Well, that sounds like a very positive change then.
Yeah, very positive. This is the one I'm happy about, Meshi.
Oh, you were glowing when I came in here, yeah.
What do you mean by that?
You're just a little bit happier than usual. Like, oh, is someone he hated died or fighting game character got buffed?
Never. I couldn't remember that person's name. I hate so much. Let's talk about the ugly. We talked about Clint Eastwood the good. Let's talk about Clint Eastwood the ugly.
Okay.
So that was the Street Fighter update. Tekken had its big season 3 patch. You know my problems with Tekken.
Yeah. Don't yeah.
Yeah. So they marketed this as back to basics. This game is very offensively motivated, or the design of it is just meant to be overwhelming offense. It's kind of the standard trend of games that just have pushed you to mash buttons and hold forward, and we're going to give you the tools to make sure that that is pretty airtight and you don't need to worry about it. Everyone was kind of hoping that when they said back to basics, it was going to be like, oh, it's going to play like a more traditional Tekken game, and we're not going to have to worry about some of the silly stuff that's been implemented and kind of... Everyone got their hopes up, including me. Because when you say something like back to basics, if you don't know Kazuya Meshi, he is like the Ryu of Tekken. If you don't like Kazuya, you don't like what Tekken is, because he's the prototype. Everything is based around how he functions as a character. And that's why he's the most, essentially, like the most honest character in this game. They didn't do that. They came out on a post and said, you guys need to get your expectations down. Harada quit. He said, I'm retiring, aka he actually got fired. And immediately got picked up as a programmer for another company for whatever. They had like, it'd be an honor if you joined us, Harada, to, you know, we have a position open for you. And he's like, oh, that sounds fun. Like, oh, you retired, immediately goes and gets hired by somebody else to do something else for work. So anyways, everyone's not happy. They remove some of the nonsense from the game, but they also... they gave character... How do I describe this? They took away some of the egregious nonsense, but they also gave characters additional tools that deal with their weaknesses.
Oh, okay.
So instead of like, hey, we're going to like bring everybody down and kind of get this back to like a more neutral focused game and kind of more traditional play and whatnot, they were like, hey, you know your character who has that weakness to their left side and people tend to sidestep to the left? Well, we've given you a new move that covers their left side now. And it's like, why'd you do that? So I don't know what's going on with this game. You know, you want to know what Kazuya got?
Some sort of like weird, just AoE spin kick.
No.
Ah, damn.
He's got a punch at your ankle. That's 18 frames.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
It was in the game already. It was 20 frames. They made it 18 frames. There is a new counter hit animation. As he punches you in the ankle, you turn upside down instantly. You get a OTG move off of that on a counter hit. That's all he got. It looks janky. You know when the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and he talks about getting his whole life turned upside down?
Yeah.
That happens in one frame if you counter hit somebody in the ankle. They just they literally just rotate within one frame upside down and fall down on their head in a stupid, funny, janky animation. People are like, oh, this is game changing because it'll activate ground hazards and stages if you counter hit with this 18 frame low.
That's quite the low.
It's
Works every time.
fucking it works every time. So yeah,
And block his right jab. Discombobulate.
So, you know, I wish I could be happier about, like, oh, okay, maybe we can get back to some, like, regular standard play. And it's like, no, they're still happy with do a full string into your heat activation, which is a pause. Just, you know, it's fine. Tekken's not for me. It's fine. I understand it. I just like doing electrics because they're hard. And
it's interesting you're not into it, but you recognize how, like, the bad change of it. So I can only imagine what the people that are really into it are like. Oh, shit's on fire.
Meshy, shit has been on fire for an entire season.
Ooh, that's not good.
And they have been actively like, for the love of God, fix this game. This is silly. And this was everybody's like light at the end of the tunnel. And they were like, we're not really changing anything. And so that, and to be fair, the Tekken community has always been avoiding the puddle. Eris dubs them as bitches. So they've always cried about stuff. So it's kind of one of these things. It's essentially why Harada used to wear that that shirt that said "Don't ask me for shit." The Tekken community is vocal and they're crybabies, and their game has a very high nerd ceiling because you have to learn like 200 moves per character in their frame data so you can compete. It's
a lot.
You know, the nerd levels are really high in that game, and I get it. It's just not for me, and that's fine. That's fine. I've learned to accept the things that I cannot change. But it is fun doing electrics with. It's one of these things where, like, imagine someone is just mashing their face off, Meshy. They're just they can't stop pressing buttons, right?
That's me. Yeah. Continue.
And you slip in a sidestep right, and they whiff one of their buttons, and you hear Lord Kazuya say "Doria," and you punch them into the air, and you're like, yeah, now I get to do a combo after 30 seconds of blocking. It's really satisfying. It's just the amount of effort it takes to play a more honest character in that game is kind of egregious. I'm like, why am I doing this and not just playing one of these brain dead characters with homing mids that just are plus on block and I could just mash it? And it's like, because I wouldn't have fun because, you know, my ego and all. The honorary third member of this podcast, my ego. You know, it is what
Hard
it is.
to please, always present, always waiting.
Always waiting. Some call me high maintenance, others call me an enjoyer of the simple things.
High maintenance doesn't even begin to describe me.
Yeah. You know, some might call you an athlete, Meshy, the way you're able to lob those insults across this totally real table. Are you Tom Brady?
Yeah, real MLK Tom Brady or whatever.
Real Martin Luther King Tom Brady? Oh, man.
I realized what I said as I was drinking water, and I was spit it out.
The First of 50 podcast is filmed in front of a live studio audience. True. So, I guess other news. I purchased a new graphics card. I'm Team Red now. We got a new AMD 7090 XT. So far, I'm loving it. The swapping them out wasn't difficult. Everything went like a dream. So it has a 12-volt connector on it that goes to 3 8-pin connectors. And it has an RGB header on it for the lights on the front of it. I thought, boomer brain me, if I don't plug in the RGB header, the RGB on the front of the card will not work. And I don't care about that. I'm tired of colors. No, if you plug it into the PCI Express slot, it just goes to default rainbow cycling. So
Okay.
it's just defaulting to rainbow now. And I'm too lazy to then let me turn off my computer and then plug in the RGB thing into the motherboard and I don't care. Whatever.
Do you
I'm
have
loving
like a glass cover? So you're forced to look at it?
Oh yeah, the side's completely open.
Oh. I don't even have the cover on. More airflow.
Yeah, you might as well. I have an all-in-one. Okay, I got a 10th gen Intel i9 on there. It runs hot, and I have an all-in-one bullshit, cooler on it. I should have gone air cooled. Okay, next computer I'm building, I'm going air cooled. I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to let's put a self-contained water loop thing on top of my CPU. No, just put a giant heat sink with a big fans and whoosh, blow it.
Yeah,
Pause.
that's what I do.
What
I
kind
blow
of
it.
CPU? What kind of Never mind. I was gonna ask you a genuine question, and all I see is fucking this stupid fucking SpongeBob thing where they're trying to blow bubbles. That's just you every few seconds. Like, hold on, it's overheating.
My fans are constantly going at an RPM that most people would be scared of.
Well, I don't hear a Meshy, so you're doing good work. Except for that one time, that one
Oh, the
ball
one
bearing
fan.
was rattling around. That was kind of funny, and you were so embarrassed. You were like, "Oh no, I'm a burden to those people's ears across the internet," because occasionally there's little thunk thunk, and you're just like, "Shut up!"
Shut up, you. And then I got in there and I replaced the fan that I thought it was, and it turned out it wasn't the right fan. And then I found a different fan that I didn't even know about was in there.
I almost spit my water. Other than that, what have we done? Well, we've been back at it again with the First Ascendant more. This is just fun to stream. I have a lot of fun people to play this game with, and it's fun to run the dungeons and do the content with. I even found some people to play with who use Luna and have a buffing build, so I can go into Wall Crasher and melt its life bar with Freyna, so it's really fun. The big giant Colossus fight takes 15 seconds. So things are looking up. It's currently we did have someone pass us on the leaderboard. They are number 3.
Kill 'em.
So we're number 3 on the Freyna charts. But listen to this, Meshy.
Listening.
The big boss battle has a challenge mode, which is harder than the regular Abyss boss. Okay.
Okay.
No one has cleared it yet with Freyna because it's such a headache.
Oh.
I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna get to number 1 on the challenge board by being the only one who loves her enough to go through a agonizing 10-minute boss fight to clear it at the last second.
Oh my god.
So we're already tweaking the knobs and doing the stuff. So wish me luck. We'll give an update next week if I somehow manage to clear it, because no one else has cleared it. No one else has done it. I'll be the one under the sun.
Everyone's gonna look at you. Look at that guy. What's he up to? Fucking idiot.
Well, what an idiot. I'm clearing that boss in a minute on the challenge mode, and he spent 9 minutes doing it on one character. What an idiot. It's fine.
Guy must have loved that booty.
Damn right. So that's all the gaming I did this week. I played 2 fighting games. One of them I loved. One of them I was just disappointed with. It's not even that I hate it, Meshy. I'm just disappointed with it because marketing got me, and I let a small remnant of hope into my heart for the first time in a long time. And I was like, maybe they understand, because season 2 was going so bad they fired Harada. So maybe they're like, let's turn this boat around and make people happy. And they were like, no, we like how it plays. And it's like, oh.
Takes a long time to turn this boat.
Yeah, you know.
Go faster if you gave me more money.
More money. So we're going to get into what you did this week, Meshy.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Did you finish your second playthrough of
I-
Requiem?
I did. It went. Oh man, that game is not a very long game once you know what to do. It's crazy how like fast you could beat that game.
Yeah.
I didn't make it to the 4-hour mark because I still was running around and having fun and getting items, and I was trying to find the raccoons and whatnot.
You mean Mr. Raccoon?
Mr. Raccoon. Yeah, I think I beat it in like 6 hours that second time through. I got hurt a lot more with Grace than I did the first time around because I kept trying to do your strategy and be like, you know what? I saw Scum run through this. I'm gonna do that. And then I'd get bit in the shoulder, like, God damn it!
Why? How does he do it?
And I was
And
carrying
meanwhile-
a damn child in like the underground thing when you're supposed to run away from the lady
Yeah.
at the very end and get to the elevator, and I fucking got grabbed twice by zombies. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Leave me alone. I can't do anything.
Meanwhile, I was just running and just discombobulate. You know.
But oh man, I had a lot of fun on the second time through because the jump scares were gone. I knew what was gonna happen, and I was like, I got this. I know where all the items are. I know what to do. Like, I cleared that basement section less than 10 minutes.
Woo! Speed run Meshy.
So it was a lot of fun. Like, I still had fun with it. I blew up the fat boy. Well, I think I talked about that. I blew up the fat boy last week. But yeah, so I beat the game, and I chose the other ending. Do you want me to spoil the other ending for you?
If you don't want to hear about the ending of Resident Evil 9 Requiem, avert your ears and jump forward a couple minutes or something. You break it down for me, Meshy. What happens?
So it was actually quite a sad ending. Because my prediction was you blow it up, and then instead of fighting Victor, you fight Zeno as Grace. Like, I thought that was gonna happen. No, that is not at all what happened. So you type in the wrong password, and it causes the machine to blow up. Kind of like how it does when Victor knocks it off the thing and you start descending. But Zeno now has his powers, so Victor never even shows up, and so he just starts beating the shit out of Leon. He's like, "What did you do?" And Leon like grabs it from behind, and he's like, "Throat punch, throat punch, throat punch." And so basically, like, Leon's doing like the last stand kind of thing. This is all video. Like, you don't get to interact at all. And Leon does the last stand thing, where he fights off you know,
Mhm.
and then Leon like pushes Grace off the platform, and the whole thing like descends. And you
Mhm.
know, not Chris, but Leon is basically dying at this point because the
Yeah.
T virus is killing him.
Mhm.
And so he saves Grace by pushing her off the platform, and then the thing starts collapsing. And then like Zeon is like slow walking towards him, and Grace is just staring at Leon, just like crying. And he looks up at her, and he's like, "At least I could save you." And then Leon pulls out his fucking he pulls out the big fucking gun, points it at Leon's head, and just blows it up, just shoots him straight in the
Oh.
forehead. And I was
Oh.
like, Leon, no! What have I done?
Reload the save. Reload the save.
I can save you. Um, and that's where it ends. That's the next scene is Grace above Raccoon City, and it has that like rescue operation that you see at the end
Mhm.
when Chris's special forces show up, and she's like, man, I could have saved Leon, I could have done it, you know.
Mhm.
So and then it kind of ends there. I was expecting another boss fight or something, or but it
Man,
just kind of, yeah.
I like the fact that ending exists. I wish you would have gotten a boss fight a la Resident Evil 5 when Sheva and Chris are fighting Jill and Wesker in the room. The 7 minutes boss fight. I wish you would have got Leon and Xeon fighting right in that way. Like the combat doesn't need to be like super good. Like the Hunk fight was, well, I didn't get to experience much of the Hunk fight because I kind of just killed him really hard.
Yeah, you
Um,
did.
and I just parried him whenever he like tried to strike me.
I did a lot better the second time with Hunk, and I was like, I'm gonna be like Scum, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm parrying him. And then like halfway through the thing, he stabbed me in the neck. I was like, fuck, that's a shotgun, like bam, bam.
Die! um, yeah, I wish you would have gotten a boss fight with him because he's such a cool. Like his design is so cool. Um, I have to assume the canon ending is the one. Actually, I don't know.
I would guess that the canon is very much the one where you save Leon, because it's just like the other one is just so like abrupt, and there's like
Yeah.
no, I don't want to call it no work done like after you've done it, but like the good ending like clearly has like, oh, a finale boss fight. Uh,
Yeah, I'm just thinking of a world of Resident Evil where there's now a cure. Well, I guess technically there is that other team that was there after the afterwards and killed some of Chris's like cleanup unit.
yeah,
Um,
they'll
and I,
they'll
I actually don't I don't remember. Do they actually get more of Requiem? Yeah, because they were able. Well, they got a syringe for Sherry. I know they got that, but
yeah. My guess is that they'll like go back and pull some out of the wreckage or whatever
Hmm.
of the thing, and because they don't visually, you don't see them pull enough vials out for Zeno and Leon and who, and oh shit, what's her name? The one behind the computer. I can't remember who the
Sherry.
fuck. Sherry?
Hmm.
You just said it. Yeah.
It's
So
okay.
like I'm assuming they go in and they like find more of it buried underneath the where Leon
Well,
was.
but the problem is with them, if they find more of it, what is a Resident Evil universe where you have the cure to the disease that causes the game to happen?
Yeah, that is very true. My
So,
guess is
uh-huh.
just like a Resident Evil universe, it will mutate and become worse.
Man, that's all we can hope for. I'm oh my god, oh my god, it just set in. Oh my god, oh my god. You didn't say there was any Ada Wong, did you?
No, I didn't.
No.
After I beat the game, I went and I searched if she was actually in it anywhere, and she is only ever mentioned in like documents in the game. She's never mentioned
Ah!
anywhere else. Yeah, that was the other thing. Like, I expected her. I was like, okay, Scum is very adamant that she's in this game. I'm thinking like when this happens and Leon's about to die, fucking Ada's gonna swoop in and save the day, and then we're gonna have the Victor boss fight. Nope, nope, nope. She fucking like never.
You want to know what my prediction was? Because I saw people like, oh, the ending of Resident Evil 9 is spoiled because people like whatever.
Right.
And everyone came out tweeting, like Kamiya even came out. Hideki Kamiya came out and said, what did he say? He said something egregious, something along the lines of a special circle in hell for those who spoiled his brothers or something. I might be paraphrasing and I might be being hyperbolic. He said something and it was funny.
Oh, that is pretty funny.
So I thought was gonna happen because people are like, wow, they did Leon dirty, and that's all I saw because I didn't read I didn't read any further. I was like, my eyes. That's what I get for being on the internet. I thought Leon was gonna die and Ada was gonna watch him die and not be able to do anything about it.
Ooh.
And I thought they were gonna have like a final goodbye moment, a la like RE6 or her just making eye contact with him before he got like his head blown off or something.
Hmm.
The only grateful thing that Ada is not in this game is because of how terribly voice acted she was in Resident Evil 4 remake. Oh my goodness, the comparison to RE2 remake and RE4 remake, it hurts me as a person. I don't think you understand, Meshi.
No, but I hear about it a lot.
And do you know why it's so bad in RE4 remake, Meshi?
No, I don't.
So they replaced an actual voice actress with the Ada Wong from Welcome to Raccoon City.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah, I thought I'd just throw that in so podcast listeners could feel my pain for a couple of seconds. Yeah, well, the Resident Evil Power Hour. I'm glad you had fun on your second playthrough. I feel as though it's probably going to be the most fun to, like, if you want to clear, like, the 4-hour thing, is to, like, save up enough money and get the, like, unlimited ammo thing and just requiem everything to death.
oh man. I was either gonna requiem it all to death or save up for the infinite rocket launcher and just blow everything up.
That too. It's still hilarious to me that Leon's like, here's my magnum and 1 bullet. You're gonna need this.
I could give you this pistol with 10 shots, but fuck that.
Here's 1.
It's really big.
Oh man. And
Oh, man.
I felt like such an idiot when you find out the name of the gun is Requiem. I was like, oh my god, it's Resident Evil Leon's gun.
Oh, shit. I mean, the memes that have spawned about Leon from this game have been, I've laughed every time because it's just Leon's like bad joke mixed in with stuff because he has to say one stupid one-liner and they're always so good.
Yeah. Oh. I'm actually surprised at how happy I am with RE9 overall. I feel like we're getting closer and back on track to what I want. But I guess at the same time, I have 2 games that are essentially my perfect RE experience. So I guess I really can't complain. And if I want to go back to them, I can at any point. It's just I want more of it. I really like 5 and 6. They're just fun. They're just fun games.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they kind of seem. This one seemed like a blend of that. Maybe eventually we'll get like a side off game where they go back to that kind of whole style.
Yeah. They're just. Yeah. We'll see. I hope this game's doing well. Besides the DLSS 5. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so you understand why I screamed and I spent $800 on an AMD graphics card?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, Because like I was looking at it from a distance, and I was like, I don't see it. And then I like didn't look at it. I think I was looking at my phone. I was like, I don't get it. And then I looked at it on my computer, and I was like, oh, oh no, oh no,
Yeah,
what's
and I mean
going on?
the whole internet's talking about it, and we're just talking about RE9. So let's just look at it together, just because of how egregious is the internet has been having a field day with this,
Oh yeah, all
and
the memes.
rightfully so. It's literally it's it's fucking just ray tracing all over again. Um, but it's hard to look at. It's genuinely hard. In motion is where it's the worst.
I haven't seen it in motion. I've just seen the still.
Oh, so you haven't seen this? Well, especially like we'll go back to the grace portion of it because it's just a shitty filter, and then you
Yeah.
put it on top and you watch it in motion, and
Oh
you could
God,
and then
how
watch
is
her
that
move.
worse?
Exactly.
What is going on?
And then look at it in motion as they're moving. It looks like a terrible cell phone filter.
Oh yeah, it does.
And
This is
this one's the worst. It like holy shit.
that weird eye thing that he just did.
Yeah. And like they've already broken down the scene where the soccer ball gets kicked and disappears and stuff because the AI doesn't know what to do with it's just it's the little things. But it's just when you watch Grace moving around with the shitty filter on her face and then you're just like
It's so much worse than
oh,
what it
it's
just was.
exactly. And so I panicked, Meshi. In my chest of chests, I looked at that and saw, oh my god, that's what NVIDIA's been putting development time into. And do you know how they were running that?
No.
Two 5090s. They had a 5090 rendering the game, and they had a separate 5090 just to run the shitty filter on top of it.
Why would they tell people that's what they were doing?
And so they said, we're gonna make it work on one card.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
So
You'll make it worse at work, and it'll be real shitty.
So maybe we'll get SLI back, Beshi. 2 graphics card one. But don't
Not
worry.
again.
No one else can buy the graphics card except for the AI fucking data centers,
I do not have the funds. I cannot make the distance.
So I'm glad we got to share in that experience together, Beshi, because it made me panic. I thought that like 9070 XTs are gonna like dry up off the market. I got so scared. I was like, no. Because people are just like, what the fuck is this? And like, whatever. It hurts me, Meshi. It hurts me real deep.
Well, let this be a lesson to them.
Well,
No, idiot.
Meshi, do you know what he came out and said?
You guys all suck.
No, he's like, oh, you gamers, you're all wrong. It just looks better. You just don't get it.
Oh man, that's almost
He just said no, you're all wrong. He pulled the Blizz. You think you do, but you don't.
That's the guy with like the glasses that's like the CEO of Nvidia, right?
Yes, Jensen Wong.
I saw the meme of him where it was like DLSS5 off, and it was him, and then the next picture is him as like a sexy woman
with equipped with ballistics. It's little things.
Oh,
it's little
shit.
things. But at least we're getting good memes out of it.
Yeah, meme economy is good.
Yeah, it's looking real good. Well, he has an update about WoW. Beshi, tell me about Midnight. Sorry,
So-
I was busy thinking about Jensen Wan's glorious sweater puppies.
This giant, huge rack. So season 1 has kicked off. So the raid is open. Everything is online basically. Um, and
Have you
it's
rated?
I I have done the looking for raid version of it.
LFR, an
The
LFR
LFR.
god, if you will.
Yeah. I've
Okay.
done that. They have 2 raids open up right now. One of them is like a singular boss fight one because they're
Okay.
doing like they're adding more like miniature raids, or that's what they say they're gonna do. So they have 2 right now. One of them's not available in LFR. That one's fun. I like that one. It's a real. You just go in, you do the boss, you're done. Like oh, I love it. And 40-year-old me is like, yay!
Finally, we just have the boss encounter and we get to do it as a group, and we get to do it and we're done and then we leave.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
I've ever wanted. Um, and then they have the other one, which is the main raid, which is fine. It's very pretty. They've spent a lot of time on their void uh effect, and it's kind of paying off. I really like it. I was like, I wish there was more of this, but I'm a paladin, so I can't. So whatever. Um, but as far as the content goes, I'm enjoying it. The I'm gonna call them the co-op dungeons that I do single player have been fun. They've been challenging. I spent a lot of time in them,
Is that
and
where you've been parsing?
yes, that's where I've been parsing.
Ah, yes. My man.
Uh, I've gotten really fucking unlucky with gear. Luckily on my alt, but not on my main's been doing pretty good. But my poor alt. If I get opened up 4 gear chests, which is like you get like weekly 4 chests that give you gear and
Uh-huh.
whatnot, and every single one of them had a fucking neck in it. I was like, how is this even possible that
Possible.
all 4 of these gear chests have necks in it? And the worst part is, I couldn't use any of them because I already had a good neck. I was like, this isn't even an upgrade or a side grade. It's just,
It's a
I just
nothing.
got gold.
It's a vendor.
It's a vendor item. What is this bullshit? Like when it happened twice, I was like, wow.
It's just A grade. It's not an upgrade. It's A grade. Oh, I wish someone could mathematically work out how many gear slots there are and what the mathematical probability of you landing on neck every single time for 4 in a row, what it would actually be.
Yeah, that's what I said. After like the first 2, I was like, this is bullshit. And then I went to open a third one. I was like, this has got to be some sort of math paradox happening. And then the 4th one came along, and I was like, I'm gonna flip this goddamn desk right now. This is it.
I'm coming out.
No. Yeah, but overall, I'm enjoying it. It's holding my attention.
I'm
I
surprised you
don't
don't have a
have
raid group.
no, I don't have the capacity to. I was gonna join my friends' raid group, but they were like, "Oh yeah, we raid on this day and this day between this time and this time," and I just looked at it and was like, "That sounds like too much like a job. I'm just gonna go have fun by myself."
Oh, well.
I was like,
No.
I don't have it in me to make the moment I make WoW a schedule is when the fun dies.
Oh wow, what a turn of events. I saw I think the one boss fight that I saw was it was like a void boss, and hook line is meshy. This is what we call a going fishing. Thank you, Mo. 1 in 1,889,568.
I'm just that good.
That's what we call a 99 parser as far as shitty gear rolls. Um, I saw a fight where a boss spawns 2 walls, and certain party members will get targeted by ads, and you have to drag the ads over to the walls to then kill the ads to blow up the walls before I guess they kill you or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what boss that is. That's the one I saw.
It's like the giant like Godzilla monster one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw the one before him, which is like the first like raid boss thing that was like the only thing I actually saw was he had like I guess like tornadoes or something that like went across the screen in certain areas. It was kind of seemed a pretty brain dead fight for the most part.
Yeah, he's got like void mobs that you have to use a certain debuff that he gives you to blow up, and then because if you don't, they'll like cover the screen in like projectiles. They're like a detonator that goes off, and then he's pretty much dead, brain dead after that. He's got ads that spawn, and then eventually he has like a wave of mobs that just stampede across the floor that you just have to move out of position. And
Just the notion it's actually more likely for you to get hit by lightning twice in a row than what Mexico. I wish I would have got hit by lightning twice instead.
at least I would have gotten gear.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Well, I'm glad you're having fun and enjoying it. I'm just I guess I'm just genuinely surprised that you're are you still gonna like just like occasionally do like what's the Mythic Plus and that kind of stuff? You think that's gonna be
I'll
the friend
probably
content you're gonna do?
Yeah, I'll probably hit that
Yeah.
stuff up and whatnot, and maybe pug an occasional raid or two, and just kind of do what feels fun at the moment, rather than being like, it's Tuesday, it's raid day, get your ass in here. I'm like, I just wanted to jump around Dalaran for a little bit.
Meshi, it's podcast day. Get in here.
Oh, right away, Mr. Scum.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying WoW. I'm glad it's at least delivering on that front. All right, we're gonna start getting into the movies that we watched this week.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna start us off with a strong. Or did you have something to say?
No. I'm just all right. Let's do it. Let's get in there.
Sorry. I thought you were interrupting me to add another notion or
No,
something.
Of course, never interrupt you.
I see. Yes, discombobulate. So I went ahead and I decided to watch Guyver. I watched the 90s anime when I was a young man, and I really enjoyed it. There's a live action movie starring Mark Hamill as the Guyver, because he's on the cover of the movie with a funny Photoshop of half of Mark Hamill's face and half of the Guyver suit face.
My gosh.
Mark Hamill does not play the Guyver. There's a marketing gimmick, and he's just in the movie as an old cop. The Guyver ends up being this loser kid who's really into this girl, and he accidentally gets this alien technology fused to him. The suit looks pretty good. There's these alien monster things, and he has to fight them using the Guyver suit. This feels like Mark Hamill, bless his heart. Whenever Mark Hamill acts, he swings for the fences. He gave this movie everything he had, like he always does. He shows up and he's, what do you want me to do? You got it. His performance was immaculate, stellar as always. The suits look pretty good, considering, because everything's practical. There's no CG, you know. The problem with it didn't want to take itself seriously. I think this came out after the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, like the live action ones.
Yeah.
So all of the villains and stuff that would normally be these terrible alien guys that the Guyver guy has to like kill, they're kind of like cartoon villains, and they're goofy and silly. This movie didn't know what it wanted it to be. It leaned a little bit dark and then went really light, while you have these funny looking monster things just like fight, like, oh, you bozo, bonk the fucking main evil guy bonks the other guy on the head. Just like shit like that.
Yeah, real comedy of its time.
Yeah, but then you have like a terrible scene of spoilers. Guyver and the girl go to save Mark Hamill, who gets kidnapped. Well, they dip Mark Hamill in the creature goo to turn him into a creature. He has a terrible death scene where you watch him turn into like a monster centipede thing as he's like dying, telling Guyver like one last life lesson. Like it's really, Mark Hamill delivered on the scene, even if what he was saying was generic. It came across and really felt it, and you watch him die horribly as he's turning into a centipede monster. Like, it
Ugh.
goes places. Like, if it would have leaned into that side of it and just took itself seriously, I think it really could have been better. I still enjoyed it for what it was. It just wasn't great.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and then it's those heavy moments, and then you get ruined by a Scooby-Doo silly moment of just
I've never heard
yeah.
of this.
Yeah, Guyver's really cool. You could look up like Guyver 1991, and I think it's 91. You could probably look that up and see the anime, and you'd be like, oh yeah, that's something Scum would watch. So
Oh my god, just the cover alone, yeah. Something Scum would watch.
it's he's just cool. What are you gonna do? They had a sequel that ended up being Guyver, the Dark Hero. So I think they tried to lean more into the dark side of things later on, with the second direct-to-TV film. So maybe that's good. Maybe I'll report back. Who knows? But I didn't hate the movie. It just could have been better. It was like a terrible bad watch, but it was fun to watch the suit and like the fighting, kind of. Yeah. That's all I have
So
to say
young
about
in
it.
this.
Wasn't he? Who?
What?
Who's so young in this?
Oh, I said Mark Hamill's so young in this, just looking at a photo of him.
With the mustache?
Yeah.
You think he looks young in that 1991? What?
Yeah, he looks young. Like, from what I've seen of him, because I've seen Mark Hamill recently in photos and stuff. That's what I
Okay.
mean.
I'm comparing him to Luke Skywalker.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, he's got a stash. He's got the Tom Selleck going on. He's not young. He's a man. This is completely unintentional. This week is going to be real Ryan Gosling heavy. Unbeknownst to me, I decided to go back and revisit watching Drive with Ryan Gosling. This movie is, I understand why it was so popular. Because did you watch this back in the day, Meshi?
No, this does not look familiar at all.
You didn't see Drive?
No, I didn't.
God damn it! Are we gonna have to rewatch Drive?
You need an excuse?
I guess so. Well, it's just one of these things where like the character motivations and everything going on is very simplistic. You have a very straightforward story, and not even a ton of dialogue. But the way this movie is shot is absolutely gorgeous. It almost hyperfixates on a single point and just tells the story, and it's really enjoyable. So now I don't know if I want to say anything about it. It's got Ron Perlman in it. It's got Finding Nemo's dad in it. Got Christina Hendricks in it. It's got Moon Knight in it. It's got Bryan Cranston in it. There's a lot more people in this movie than I thought there was. Yeah, Ryu Gosling, exactly. That's probably the best Street Fighter name. There's a Street Fighter 4 player whose Xbox account was named Ryu Gosling, and
Oh my god, that's amazing.
it chuckled me every time I saw it. So this movie, I feel as though you should watch just for the cinematography. I saw a YouTube short that talked about why this movie, partially why it looks the way it does, is this was before LA changed out all their lights from to LEDs.
Oh, okay.
And apparently that's kind of also a reason movies nowadays look a little washed out and whatnot, is because they've all changed lighting to LEDs rather than whatever gas, halogen light, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
old-timey light bulbs. So I'd recommend it. It holds up. It's enjoyable. It's a simple story, but it's done visually very well. So maybe we'll have to rewatch Drive because I just like that movie. I forgot. I didn't even know Ron Perlman was in the movie. Unless this was just my circle. I thought this movie would caught like wildfire and everybody saw it. But maybe it might have just been like my
just
circle.
you. Yeah.
No. So highly recommend it. I won't say anything further. Well, I can say something further about this Avalanche Shark. So this is a film that's about a bunch of college kids going to a ski resort. And they're gonna go have fun. But the backside of the mountain holds some totems that are holding back these evil shark spirit gods from protecting the mountain. Well, they try to make the backside of the mountain skiable, so they're starting to do some construction, and they knock over the totems. So the shark spirits proceed to start eating people. This is you're getting to see it all here. It's terrible, but it knows it is, and it's fun for it. I mean, for God's sake, you have the most jackass guy in the movie being like, "You have to save me. I won a bronze medal in the Olympics."
I love that. That's so funny.
You have this nerdy guy who's trying to hook up with all the girls, and none of them are giving him a chance. He ends up talking to a Japanese girl who doesn't speak English on a what are those things called? A ski lift. And she looks at him and says, "I know English." And he looks at her and says, "Yeah, I know it too."
Oh shit, it's so good.
So, do you want to know how this movie ends, Meshi?
Yes, please do tell me.
So, all of these kids are just dying to these sharks who are just, they're spirits. They're going around and just eating everybody that's on the mountain. The Japanese girl who doesn't understand English goes, she's like backside of mountain, hardcore skier. Like, she wants to go ski on like the undeveloped bad side, and she goes over there. She finds the totems, unbeknownst to her. She doesn't know anyone's dying, and she's like, "Huh," and starts putting them upright. And slowly, one by one, the shark spirits start disappearing. The only problem is people are getting like midway through being eaten, and she puts up that one. So like one lady gets swallowed and like chewed up, and then she puts it up. It's like, oh, she's already dead though.
Oh.
But the Japanese girl's just putting up these things or whatever.
That's so funny. So she doesn't even
She doesn't even know. She's skiing down the undeveloped side of the mountain, and she's like, "Oh, these things that got knocked over. Let me put them back up." Meshi, the bronze medal guy, gets turned into hamburger meat. Like, he's chewed up but alive.
Oh, that's oof.
No, I'm not done yet. Hold on. So he looks like a chewed up piece of mess, but he's still alive, leaning on the side of a car. And he's like, guys, I don't know what's happened. We gotta go. Okay? We have to go. And one of the girls is like, but wait, but what about my stuff? He's like, I'll buy you stuff. Let's go. and it goes back and forth like 4 times. And then eventually a shark comes to eat him and immediately disappears. Like, he gets eaten and killed. And then the Japanese girl puts up the last one. So our bronze medal guy doesn't make it. I can buy you stuff. Let's go. It was just a fun movie. If you want a bad, fun movie to watch, everyone shows up to the occasion to do what they needed to do for a bad movie. You can't say that about a lot of shitty movies. Everyone knew this was bad, and they just said, okay, we can give the performance. We'll give you what you need.
We could do this.
All right, so we watched a film together.
Yes, we did.
This is starring, what's his name?
Jack Reacher. No one knows it by any other name.
Okay. We watched Adam What's-His-Face, Mr. Reacher himself, the leader of the Special Investigators in a Netflix movie called War Machine, not starring Don Cheadle. This movie was not what I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be more of a... did you ever watch Jarhead with Jake Gyllenhaal?
I've seen bits and pieces of Jarhead.
So that's just kind of like a very realistic look at, what it would be like to be a sniper team and whatnot, and just kind of all the not so glorious things that come with being in the military, and very grounded and kind of the, whatever. This movie's not that. We have a group of Army Rangers going out on their field test, right? Their last thing to pass Ranger School, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, their last test.
And they come across a giant, it's an alien machine thing. And this movie essentially turns into Predator, but with a Metal Gear Rex stalking these Army Ranger potential cadets or whatever. I don't even know what you would call them.
Yeah, Army Ranger cadets, tryouts, failures,
Something like
whatever you want
to. It at the end, it almost seemed like a promotional video for the Army Rangers.
Yeah.
But I like this movie. People got liquefied, and it was kind of awful. Like,
they died so hardcore.
Yeah. People, so the thing during this test or whatever that these guys are going on, they don't have real weapons. They have guns with blanks because it's just it's just a test. And then they come across this alien fucking Metal Gear, and it proceeds just to start liquefying people where they stand. It's kind of fun.
Plus, it
Not
had
Adam
one of the
Driver.
best fucking fall down the mountain scenes I've seen in like a really long time.
Oh my god.
They're just tumbling. Holy shit.
I think I'd recommend it if you don't have anything to do. I think it was an enjoyable watch. I just like, what's his name? Alan
Richardson.
Yes.
Yeah, Richardson.
Worcestershire sauce. He's just a fun guy to watch do stuff.
Yeah.
And
plus he's so comically big. It's just it's just like entertaining to be like, how are you fitting in that bunk bed right now?
B5 faux fum. It's kind of it's hilarious. And I will give him credit. Okay, so Reacher, he gets to be a little tongue in cheek. It's kind of like it's like spy. It's almost to the point of like spy fantasy, the stuff that he gets away with doing in Reacher, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's essentially like superhuman. this movie, he plays it completely serious because it is. It's just this poor guy is just trying to make up for his friend dying and him dealing with that loss. And he plays this character very straight, straight. And I bought it hook, line, and sinker. So he has the range. I'd recommend this movie. Do you have anything to say about it, Meshi?
I'd recommend it too. It's a good, fun little alien watch. Not the best movie, but it serves its purpose.
Yeah, dumb, fun action movie. Yeah. No, I guess it's not dumb. It's kind of horrific action movie. It's Predator with robots.
Yeah, Predator with robots.
Except Arnold's team doesn't have any actual weapons.
Yeah, that's
what's his name? Dutch is equipped with a butter knife.
and the Predator doesn't care that you're unarmed. It's just gonna fucking kill you.
But sadly, Yatra, Ryan Gosling is not in War Machine. Don't worry, we'll get back to Ryan Gosling in a moment. First, I have to talk about another terrible film I watched. I forgot I watched this movie already at one point in my life. It's called The Sand or Blood Sand or Blood Beach. I don't know. This movie has like 3 different names online. Especially these kids have a party where they all put their cell phones in a pillowcase so no one can like call or post things online while they're drunk. And then they wake up on the beach after finding this alien egg thing, and all of their friends are gone. Well, there's an alien buried in the sand, and if you make contact with the sand in a certain amount of area, these tiny, terrible CG, like little clear tentacle things will grab you and horribly kill you. There they are. So these kids are stuck. There's a fat guy in a barrel who I guess they drew a penis on his face and stuck him in this trash can barrel.
Yeah,
and he
great
can't get out of it because, well, the sand monster. And they have no way to get off the sand. So essentially, this entire movie takes place in a singular area. Jamie Kennedy's in this movie.
Whoa.
Yeah. So people eat it hard. Not exactly great. No, this movie's pretty awful. In cinemas, I don't think this movie ever came to theaters, if we're being real. Is it like Tremors? Kind of, but not fun.
Yeah.
You're watching a bunch of like stupid college kids just kind of like deal with interpersonal relationships and exes while trying to like I can't believe you broke up with me for her, and like in the middle of like, trying to survive.
Meanwhile, poor
It's done
fat guy in the barrel is just like, I knew I shouldn't have gone on that diet.
Yeah, and then they finally throw him some sunscreen because he's being baked alive in the sun while fucking his fat is like getting cut by the edge of this metal barrel. And then eventually the sand actually gets through the barrel and just eats him eventually after hours of suffering.
Sounds like he got the worst then.
Yeah, he really did. Especially the penis on the face.
Oh, God. Don't let me go to heaven with a penis on my face.
I was glad to see Jamie Kennedy in something. Because I like Jamie Kennedy. He's a funny guy to me. This movie was not good. The CG is actually terrible, but these people die really hard, really fast. Yeah. So that's all I can really say about it. It is what it is. The Sand. Blood Sand. Bloody Beach. I don't know. There's like 3 different names. Something on Amazon is one thing and the other... Whatever. Moving on. You watched an A24 film, Meshi, and I'm so glad you did. Called...
Undertone.
I was trying to see if there was a "the" before. But good pickup. That was... You caught the pop... Whatever. Tell
Pop
me
fly,
about.
pop fly, pop fly.
Tell me about this movie, Meshi. What's going on here?
Um, so this movie takes place.
Let me tell you about
in-
this movie.
Yeah.
This shot is the epitome of just arrogance and egregiousness. Okay, go on about this movie. Tell me about it. What's going
Well,
on
that
here?
shot. Well, I mean the A24 wasn't in that shot in the actual movie, but so this film takes entirely place in a very small old woman's house.
Okay.
The main character is dealing
pop.
with her mom, who is basically hitting the final stages of death, where she's doing
Yeah.
like the very slow breathing. She's stuck in the bed. She's not like responding. She's just kind of wait. She's just in there taking care of her, waiting her out. Basically, that's um. The mom is a phenomenal actor. I've never seen somebody play a a dying woman so well before. And that is all she does in this movie. She just lies in that bed and slowly breathes like she's dying. um but the daughter is a podcaster.
Oh, yes.
Um
The
with
worst of people.
the worst egregious people, who is her co-star is someone in England. I guess he moved to England for whatever reason.
Are you in England,
And they
Meshi?
what? No, I don't.
Are-
But they
I'm just trying to draw a parallel with us being terrible people.
I'm trying to avoid the parallels.
I'm sorry, go on.
But they have a horror movie, not a horror movie podcast, but they talk about like supernatural, paranormal stuff that they read about or they see and whatever. And they have roles in their podcast. So like the guy is the guy that's like, oh, why can't it be real? This is why it's, why are you so
Yes.
anti this? And she plays the character of like, I don't believe this stuff. It's obviously fake. They even make the quote of like, okay, I'm about to record, let's get back into character kind of thing every time they go.
Oh, perfect. Kind of like Scum. Why can't you just enjoy video games and have fun? Why do you hate everything?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey!
Just like that. It's just a character, I swear. I really love them. Yay, jury feet.
Oh,
This movie isn't terrible. Like the dialogue at the beginning, before they actually start their podcast, I almost was like, we need to leave this theater. If this is what the rest of this movie is going to be, I can't take it.
was it
'Cause it's like the
pretentious young
most
people talk?
No, it's just like the most it just felt so unrealistic of a conversation. Like how
Break it down for me,
how they
Meshi.
were
What was
speaking.
unrealistic?
Well, it was just kind of like the guy obviously um is trying to comfort the girl about her mom, and he keeps bringing it up, and she's like, no, it's fine. And they're just trying to do like playful banter back and forth, but it's just not really working. Like I can't, like I had to tone it out of my mind because I was just like, this is awful. Like this is not how
Okay,
people speak.
I got you. I got you. They were like, oh, some person tried to write a like a comforting scene in these characters. It's just not coming across. It sounds like
Yeah,
okay.
So, but when they start their podcast, it gets a lot better.
Oh,
Mostly because I like hearing about scary or paranormal stuff, kind of interesting. And they really don't do much talking; they just kind of listen to what's going on. So it's fine. But anyway, so they have people that send in a bunch of paranormal stuff that they could talk about. Apparently, it's a popular podcast, I guess, in the movie universe. They never really talk about it, but they have people that call in live to their podcast. They get an email that has like 10 videos, and it's from, I can't even remember what the demon's name is. I'm like I almost called him a coup, but he's not a coup. But basically they start listening to the recordings, and it's about a guy that's recording his
Pazuzu.
Pazuzu. Yeah, thank you. It is Pazuzu. Yeah. The
That's a
guy is
joke, right?
recording
You're
his
joking, right?
No, I think that's what it is. It's
Wait, they
Pazuzu.
actually pull out the Exorcist demon for this movie?
Uh,
Pazuzu's the demon from The Exorcist.
oh, Abazu. Abazu is what the demon
Oh,
is.
close. Zoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were making a joke. You're like, yes, of course, Pazuzu.
It was just so similar sounding. Yeah. Uh, so they're listening to these things, and it's about this guy who's recording his girlfriend because she's sleep talking, and she doesn't believe him. And it's just a series of kind of like him doing these recordings. So it's 10 recordings of him on various nights, and they get weirder as they go along. And as they're listening to them, and they don't do all 10 in one night, they break it apart because weird stuff in her head happens, because they make it a point that when she puts on her headphones, like, she can't hear anything. Like, they have a very loud clock in the distance, and then she puts on her headphones and it's silent, so she doesn't know anything that's going around on her.
Canceling.
And then, like, she's playing these audio clips of like this weird stuff that's happening, and the camera's not focused on her, it's focused on different parts of the house. So it's like, oh, the audio of what's going on is taking place in this room, and the audio is taking place in this room, and this woman is very she doesn't know that's what's happening. And then she starts to get freaked out because she's in a house alone, and then she like calls it off. And then the podcast ends, and she sees weird stuff happen with her mom, like the light turns on, and she's like, fuck, like, I turned that light off. And she goes up, and her mom's still in her comatose state, and she's like, okay, whatever. It's like, she's believing that her mom is like kind of coming out of it and doing stuff and then going back into it, um rather than believe it's some paranormal entity. And so it just kind of goes on like this, and more weird stuff kind of happens, but it's never like anything that's threatening. It's more like, oh, that's weird. Like, oh, there's light that mostly it's just lights, really. And like, it pans around the house a lot, like really slowly while she's listening to stuff. And I'm like, oh, there's going to be a jump scare. Oh, there's going to be something in the dark. There's going to be something, because they do it a lot and nothing is ever there.
Oh.
There's nothing in the background. There's nothing. And it's like, okay, I will say this film doesn't do jump scares. And I kind of appreciated it for that, because I'm like, you know what? You tried to do it without a jump scare. I'll give you an extra point for that. There's only one scene where there's, or maybe like one or two scenes where there's something like kind of in the background, like a weird figure. Um, and in one of the scenes, she has this little weird, like, religious statue that her mom has. It's kind of really weird. It's like babies crawling up what I guess is Mary. Like, they're like trying to crawl up onto her. It's a very weird statue. I don't know why your mom has it. She puts it in the closet because she gets freaked out about it. And then, like, at some point, she's in the room with her mom talking to her, and the closet light turns on, and the door like cracks open. And in most horror movies, the person you'd be like, swings it open, right? She immediately turns around, looks at the door, turns off the light, and slams it. And she's like, yeah. And then she just leaves her mom upstairs. It's just like, I'm just gonna go to bed. Fuck this shit. But basically, overall, they learn the demon's name in the recordings, which is Abazu, and they start doing research. They find out that it's a demon that in life, it was a woman that couldn't have babies, and so she was very jealous of everyone that could have children, and she would go out and she would murder them. She would make them have miscarriages. And when she died, she basically, that kind of transferred over. Her hatred turned her into like a demon that would then go around and possess women and cause them to have miscarriages and die. That's what you kind of learn about her. And the whole movie is about like um the hidden messages in children's nursery rhymes, like Baba Black Sheep and Ring Around the Rosie and like all that stuff. And so they're through the movie they're trying to play these um nursery rhymes backwards or forwards or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, did you hear that?" And the guy can hear it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I heard that. Did you hear that?" And she's like, "No." And then I'm sitting there listening to the movie like, "I didn't fucking hear shit." And he's like, yeah, it was like, "Oh yeah, bring me your dead" or something like that. And I'm like, "I don't fucking hear that at all. What are you are you high?" And then like it plays it back and it plays it so many times that it eventually forces the song to say that. And it's like,
Oh.
"No, that was bad."
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
yeah. So that's kind of like the thing is like, oh, there's hidden messages in children's songs. You play it backwards, forwards, whatever, whatnot. So eventually the movie kind of just comes to an ending where they listen to the 10th file, where the guy's like, I really don't want to listen to the 10th file because weird stuff's been happening. Weird stuff's not been happening to him. He's just freaked out by the whole situation. Weird stuff has been happening to the woman that's in the US and he's nowhere near. And she's like, "Do it, pussy." Uh, and he's like, "All right, we're doing it." And so they listen to it, and then stuff just really starts to kick off in the woman's house. They get a caller. The caller calls it. It's like, "Oh, you really should not have listened to number 10. You know, like I used to know the people that recorded that, and the demon hides in the 10th file of the audio. And once you play it, she's allowed to come out." And then like they're like, "What do you mean?" Like da da da. And then the woman that's on the phone starts like maniacally laughing. And then there's a lot of like, "Oh, that's it's the demon making fun of you." Um, there's a part where going back a little bit before the things
Mhm.
kick off. I actually kind of like this one where it was she thought she heard her mom praying for her, doing Hail Marys, because that's what she used to do when she was a kid. And she goes into the room and she's like, "Oh, mom, I heard you. Like, can you hear me?" And the mom doesn't say anything. Um, and then later on, in like one of the recordings, you find out that the demon mock mocks you for praying. Like it'll mock you for praying for protection and stuff like that. And I was like, that's pretty good. I like that. Um, But basically, like the whole room is freaking out. There's bulbs that are popping. There's weird stuff that's kind of happening in the background. There's all this maniacal laughter that's happening to her specifically. But the guy on the other end is acting like someone is stabbing him to death. He's like, "Oh my god, what have we done? What did we do? Oh my god." Meanwhile, the woman is the one with the demon in her house and she's kind of panicking, but she's not verbal about it. But the other guy
Yeah.
who you never see throughout the entire movie, you just only hear him, is having more of a panicked effect than the woman experiencing the actual demon in her house. Like I expected
Mhm.
at one point for her to be like, "Can you just shut up? I'm the one dealing with the demon. I'm leaving this Skype call." Like,
Quiet
yeah.
you.
And basically the movie kind of has a very direct ending. It's not very satisfying. It's kind of satisfying in like and it's trying not to show too much, but basically it just kind of cuts to black. Like the demon makes fun of her. It laughs like, "Oh, it's too late for that." And then like there's like the one big like loud boom kind of screech,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then it just cuts to black. And then in the darkness, you don't even get to see it. It's just all audio. It's just kind of the woman screaming, all this like stuff breaking, lights popping, um, and then at the end, it's the girl's voice that the demon is using, and it like says a message which I can't remember what it is. It's like a C in terms of rating. I'd probably give it like a 6.5, maybe. Like it's not a bad movie, but I wouldn't tell people to go out and pay money for it.
Yeah. So, kind of what you're saying is because me and Meshi talked about this a lot when we were watching all of the Conjuring universe movies, where their egregious sin upon horror movies was showing too much. So, in terms of this one, you're saying at least the ending, they didn't just show a mirror battle or something.
Yeah, like there was
Yeah.
no final boss. They never really showed the demon. They just kind of showed outlines of it. Like they did a good job in terms of like you use your own imagination to kind of, because she does draw like a crayon drawing of it. She doesn't even
Yeah.
realize she's doing it. So you kind of get like that kind of like, oh, this is what this looked like. It's like a big giant shadowy creature with a woman's face kind of thing, but you never see it, which is good because it would end up like the Red Man, and just be like, ugh, okay, you've killed it. Um,
Kill him.
so it it wasn't like a thank goodness it's over kind of movie, but it was like a more of a like a that's how it ends kind of thing.
Hmm.
I appreciate the fact it didn't try to do too much, but I think it could have used like a little bit more. It needed more presence throughout the film because there's like little hints and stuff. They try not to do too much, but like the woman is never really scared because like the house is really old, so the lights come on all the time anyway, like even before like the demon stuff happens. So she just
Hmm.
kind of blames it on that. Nothing ever happens to the mom. It just kind of mimics her voice. Um it Actually, I think at one time the demon, while the daughter was out at a party, threw the mom on the floor. And then when she came back, the mom was like laying on the floor. Um,
Just on the floor. Help me.
yeah, basically. And she had been there for like 8 hours. Um,
Oh.
but other than that, like yeah, like it wasn't threatening until the end, but it also like it needed a little bit more, just a little bit though.
Oh. I'm just glad to hear it wasn't a complete pretentious mess, but I could never mind. I was gonna say maybe I should watch it and then I can be like, Meshi, this was a pretentious mess. But let's get back to our Ryan Gosling Power Hour, because you made the wonderful suggestion that we watch The Nice Guys. Had you seen this movie before?
I've never seen it. It's
Oh,
been on my
so that was your first time to watch it. Oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought you said break in case of emergency. Like, I know this movie's good and I could show it to Scum. Oh,
Yeah.
so that was your first experience too. This movie was awesome. It was it was so fucking funny. I'm sorry, Ryan Gosling's character is just you.
That shit where where you're like, oh, please cut your hand on the glass, and he just like slices his entire arm open. Like he's like, oh god, that's a lot of blood.
Oh my god! And when Russell Crowe is beating up Ryan Gosling, and he goes for his arm, no.
Give me your arm. No.
So this movie's essentially Russell Crowe plays a tough guy telegram service where he'll go beat up people for you if you pay him money, and Ryan Gosling plays a private investigator. Did I get Russell Crowe's job correct?
Yeah, he basically advertises himself as like I will beat the stalker, or I will beat the person that's trying to date your really young daughter up for you. And he
Um,
puts his advertisement in magazines, which is even more funny.
yeah, it's what was that? What was that fucking skit? 1-800 What's Happening?
Yeah.
Where the guy offers to beat up. You gotta. Yeah, he's a hired goon. And essentially they come across Misty Mountains, a porn star, ends up dying in an accident. And an old lady says she thinks that she saw her niece who is
Yeah.
ends up being Misty Mountains alive, and so it sends Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe essentially on the same path to try to find out what the hell's going on with this. This movie's so fucking funny.
Oh
I'm
god.
glad to see that. Like, when was the new Predator movie? Because I didn't realize this was a Shane Black film, and Shane Black is, of course, the guy in Predator, right?
Right.
Who makes the first season the Susan Deep Hole joke? It's just kind of the origin of Susan Deep Hole.
Suzanne.
I mean, he didn't do great with the. Well, is he at fault for the Predator, Meshi?
Probably.
You think
why
so,
not
or do you
blame
think that
him?
was who owns the rights? WB?
I think it's WB, yeah.
Because he's such a funny guy. But I digress. The Nice Guys. I guess I don't want to spoil too much of this film. It's just enjoyable. Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling really they play well together, Meshi. They play real well together.
Yeah, they do. They have a good chemistry back and
Oh,
forth.
and I guess I was just really surprised at Ryan Gosling because I only have known him from a couple of things. The Notebook and Drive is essentially what I know him from. He really shows that he can really do comedy well in this movie. This is just the Ryan podcast. The Gosling, I can't think of another G word other than glazing.
I was gonna say guzzling.
None of these are good.
No,
Glazing,
no.
guzzling, or gooning. It's not. None of it's good.
The Ryan Gooning, Guzzling, Glazing, Gosley Power Hour.
So yes, I would highly recommend watching this film.
Yeah, it's a genuine good time.
Oh man, him getting off the toilet. That shit was so,
So
fucking
funny.
funny.
The damn door. Wham! Wham!
Yeah, I think that's all we should say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's a treat. Oh, okay. Speaking of another treat, I'm curious how you feel about it because I guess you have watched this film far more than I have. I've seen this maybe 2 or 3 times in my life,
Yeah.
and there's a couple lines that stick out in my brain. You have said that this was probably the movie you've watched
The most. Yeah. Of my
other than-
childhood.
So we went back to Meshi made a reference to Betty saying another paralyzer, and I was like, oh my god, it hit a core memory. And I was like, movie, what Meshi is that? He's like Kung Pao. Like, oh my god, you're right, Betty. I need to watch this film. So
You're underselling it. Like you lost your shit remembering this movie.
well, it's just Betty is so good in this movie. Just his bits held up because I thought we were gonna watch this movie and I was like, this didn't age well. It aged like a fine wine. Like it's awesome. There's a couple bits like the cow bit is kind of not great. It kind of aged whatever. There's still funny bits in the cow part. If y'all don't know what Kung Pao Enter the Fist is, this guy took an existing kung fu movie and then proceeded to green screen himself into certain scenes and record original scenes to make an original movie and put it all together. It's very tongue-in-cheek and stupid. If you can't tell, it's hilarious.
Oh, it's so good.
How did you feel about watching it for the 100th time, Meshi?
It's still great. I still love Betty. He's so good. You must be a pretty good fighter to get past my cow.
Last night I was losing my shit. I was laughing so goddamn hard. The fact that we didn't get another one of these, I guess is maybe a good thing. but I wish we got more.
Yeah, like the chances of what are the chances of capturing lightning in a bottle a second time,
I know it's.
especially years apart?
Oh my god. Well, that's why I'm scared about the Kung Fu Hustle movie coming out because apparently the second one's been in production forever, and I love Kung Fu Hustle. Like as far as like kung fu parody movies, like this Kung Pao and Kung Fu Hustle are just amazing. Um, I implore you to reconsider.
Now let us continue your training. Prepare the long rubber glove.
Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I wonder where my glove will go. Up and over.
What was his name? Should know this. The stupid one that they
The,
trained poorly.
the squeaky shoes.
The
Oh
squeaky
man.
shoes. He's like, oh my god, I should know this name because it's not Guaylo. He has some stupid name.
Uh, Wimplo.
Wimplo.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh my god! If you have an ass, I'll kick it.
That's my favorite. I reference that so often. If you've got an ass, I'll kick it. My nipples are like milk duds.
How do you like my nuts to your fist style? Oh, Wimplo. Okay.
Oh man, it's just
Oh.
great. This movie it held up, and I'm so glad it did. I love the fact when they were beating the shit out of him and he passed out, and they just keep hitting him with the sticks.
They're like, oh, hold on, guys. What was the signal? The other.
Physical humor is just so funny, and this movie does it so well. Highly recommend that you go back and watch this film, especially if you like kung fu movies. I grew up on them, so this movie holds a special place in my heart for like making fun of them and being silly about it. Oh man, we need to watch Spiritual Kung Fu with Jackie Chan.
Okay.
He ends up learning 5 different styles from ghosts. Anyways, I digress. Let's back it up. Highly recommend. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's a cinema classic. We decided to watch I guess we watched an animated game movie. Is that what we would call this?
Yeah. Or a movie based off of a game, or not even based off of the game. It's just in the game's universe, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess it said it took place between 2 and 3, I
Yeah.
think.
2 and 3.
Starring Freddie Prinze Jr. as this guy. Tell me about it, Meshi. What did you think about watching this film?
It definitely wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be for like an early 2000s. I think it was like 2012. This movie, if I remember right. Like I thought it was going to be a lot worse than what it was, but people like actually eat it kind of hard in this movie. But the acting wasn't too bad. The characters were, well, some of them were kind of just generic, like, oh, he's the guy that's like really horny, but he's got the heart of gold, so we love him for it. Kind of feel
Boy,
to it.
do we. He's tried his heart out, you know.
It is a 2012 film. And then, of course, The Blue Women, which, as anyone that's followed our adventures knows, it's what we're always after when it comes to space adventures.
What reason would there to be to go into the stars?
Other than The Blue Women.
Yeah, the Blue Women is the sole motivator. Okay, so I like this movie. it was enjoyable for I kind of passively know little things about um Mass Effect, right? Just from playing a few hours of the beginning of the first game, and my friend used to be like super into it. Like this was like his jam. So do you know why this movie hit me hard, Meshi?
Because of Freddie Prinze Jr.
No, Fred, aka Freddie Prinze Jr. He did a good job. I lost him in that character. I couldn't really pick him out, which I was kind of surprised at. So we have, our cast of Space Marines, and all but spoilers, they die. Most people die super hard. Tell me if I'm crazy, Meshi. So there's a character in Gantz that looks like a certain character in this movie. Do you see any correlation?
Yeah, no. The moment that you showed me the picture, I was like, oh yeah, it's that girl. Yep.
Yeah, that's Save from Gantz. Yeah. Drummed up a lot of trauma.
That was quick.
So it felt like I watched her character and how she's portrayed. I was like, did they just read or watch Gantz? Because it's kind of the same character. We should watch Gantz at some point, I guess. I guess I should just pull off the Band-Aid and we just avoid the last 3 episodes of the anime.
Yeah. I mean, I think it says from like the creator or writer of Ghost of the Shell. So the fact that he has something to do, related to Gantz would not surprise me.
Oh, you're right. I wonder if this has to do with, because this had to have been before the live action Ghost in the Shell movie, right?
Yeah, it definitely was.
Okay. But yeah, I enjoyed it for like a kind of, I don't know who actually animated this. For the most part, it's done fairly well. It has some like shitty like CG 3D in it, but this is of that era of like the early 2010s. But for the most part, I feel like I enjoyed it. I can't believe Freddie Prinze Jr. was. I'm actually surprised. Like I heard Edward Elric's voice actor. Is Vic just good at like making 2 different voices?
Vic Mignogna.
Yeah, because he's got
yeah.
like a very distinct voice that goes one of 2 routes, and I always hear the other one and don't know it's him. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I don't have your ear for this, Meshi. I have the eyes.
Yeah. Eyes that don't miss.
Yeah, I don't miss a white dude. I can pick him out like that. I think probably my most impressive one that made Meshi actually believe in my superpower was when I picked out Stephen King's silhouette and was shown for like a frame in the It movie from behind in shadow.
I mean, that and the buttercream guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's my favorite. Croc skin. What size is the waist? I've got bottles of moisturizer older than you fucking little bitch. I think that guy played an amazing, like, sergeant army guy who was also gay. Like, he was awesome. What was that movie called?
Primitive War?
Primal War?
Either Primal or Primitive War.
Primitive. I just
Primitive
need to know
War.
because that shot in that one movie, the shot in Primitive War of the helicopters and the dinosaurs, it was like one of the most amazingly like composed shots I'd seen in a really long time in a movie that didn't deserve it.
I think someone had a dream about that shot, and they were like, "I need to make a movie entirely to get to this point."
And get me the guy in the Prada store from Rush Hour 2.
Stat.
Because he sold that movie when he's in the helicopters yelling, just ah! What a wonderful film. I almost want to watch it again for his performance alone. I'm surprised that guy hasn't got more work. He's literally awesome. Okay, so let's talk about a little film that I went to the movie theater and I watched called Project Hail Mary, starring Ryan Gosling. This movie's great. Uh,
Oh, is it?
yeah.
That's
It,
good because I was really worried. I need more space sci-fi.
yeah, this movie, it. I gotta get sentimental with you. I think I am. I'm not. I'm trying not to oversell this. It reminded me of what it felt like to go to the cinema and have a cinematic experience of just watching an enjoyable movie that you kind of don't want to end.
Okay, yeah. So like me and the collector's extended edition of Lord of the Rings. Continue.
So I guess I'll give you the basic plot. Okay, so there there is an organism that they're starting to notice is siphoning off energy from the sun, and then they recognize that it's also eating other stars. And so if they don't do something, everybody's gonna die in like 30 years. Um, and Ryan Gosling plays a school teacher who was, I guess you would call him a theoretical
Physicist.
physicist or biologist. Basically, it's not really spoilers. He wrote a giant like thesis paper on why evolution could take place without water, and he kind of made he was uh basically the scientific community kind of like didn't accept his stuff and kind of talked trash on him, and he said like one of his rivals was like a waste of carbon. So he got blacklisted from working in actual science, so he ended up becoming a school teacher. Well, essentially they need to go out into space and save the world from dying, and you kind of go through his journey. It's told out of order. You kind of start this film starts with him waking up in the ship and kind of goes from there. Um, it was just kind of an enjoyable experience. I'm actually gonna stop there. Um, Ryan Gosling, in fact, does not miss. This movie was just fun to watch. Um, and for the most part, it's kind of just him. Imagine the national treasure Ryan Gosling spending his time on a spaceship.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
that's kind of what you get. So I will say, Meshi, if you can find a big screen, if you can find an IMAX or a large screen to watch this on, it is shot fucking beautifully.
Ooh.
Some of the cinematography, especially for the space stuff, was just like, oh my fucking god, like gorgeous.
We only put one actor in this thing so we could do all these beautiful shots.
Oh man, it's it just kind of this is what I feel like. What should I say? I don't think you would call this a blockbuster, but it just kind of reminded me what it was like to go to a movie and just kind of get lost in it and enjoy a cinematic experience. And I was not expecting it from this movie. So I would recommend going to watch this on the big screen just for the cinematography alone.
Okay. That's
And
that's a high recommendation.
yes. So you know what? Go watch this film, and then maybe we can report back on it. We could talk about it. I still haven't seen Iron Lung. Can we watch that movie somehow? Is it out yet?
I'm sure you could watch it. Yeah.
Because I know I said I was gonna watch the cosmic horror film Iron Lung, and I need to, so we can have a spoiler cast about it. Damn. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that movie, because I don't want to get into it too much, because I think you should just go watch it for yourself.
All right.
I think Ryan Gosling might be our second national treasure. I don't know if he outdoes Paul Rudd, but he's up there.
It's hard to outdo the Rudd.
Yeah, it really is. When we could play Switch to Super together. Oh, Paul Rudd's something special. And now Ryan Gosling's up there because I really pigeonholed him into The Notebook and Drive, which I guess we need to watch too, so we can talk about it. Yeah, I think that does it for our podcast, Meshi. I think we did. I think we did good work this week.
Yeah, we did. Ryan Gosling guzzling power hour.
You know what? Fuck it. Jury feet Ryan Gosling. Fuck it. Credits where credits due. All right. Well,